Believe me, the gym idea died pretty quickly once the letters started coming in. The second move was the even more controversial tax break senators wanted to give themselves. Their argument was that they have to maintain a home in Washington, and that's just like a businessman having to maintain an extra residence in, say, New York. And if he gets a tax break, why shouldn't we? It was estimated the tax break would come to about $75 a day. A number of people inside and outside Congress called it a backdoor pay increase. Still, the idea passed the Senate. But when the public found out and senators started getting nasty letters again, a move to repeal began. Believe me, repeal passed easily. Now, both these ideas died, and they died months ago. But the public apparently was not appeased. A Democratic insider in Washington told us it's still a big issue. If Malcolm Wallop loses his seat in Wyoming, the tax break thing might be the reason. Senator Wallop is a Republican, and this is a Democrat we're talking to. But a call to Wallop's Wyoming campaign confirms the tax break is an issue in the campaign. His Democratic challenger, we're told, is devoting a lot to television and radio time to criticizing Wallop for voting yes. An aide to Wallop told us the record is being distorted. Wallop did vote for repeal, and while he thought the tax break was a good idea, he never backed the $75 a day version. But the negative ads continue, says the aide, who says they still expect to win big. Wallop is not the only candidate who's had to defend himself on this issue, an issue which could be reduced to the question, are senators treating themselves like 20th century princes? All those perks, the Senate barbershop and the good cheap food in the dining room and the travel allowances, well, they'd even give themselves a gym and a sneaky pay raise if we'd let them. But there is another side to it. Members of the Senate are paid $60,662.50 a year, which sounds like a lot to some people, but as one observer notes, if you have to maintain 2 homes and support a family and buy a tux to wear to the Kennedy Center, it isn't a heck of a lot. The last time the Senate raised its pay was October of 1979, when they made $57,000 a year. At any rate, the Prince issue is there. And if this Tuesday a number of incumbents go down in flames, that may be part of the reason why. Now, please, this message.
This cute new hygienist who cleaned my teeth told me no in the blue.
Dan Rather reporting, CBS News.
Hello, I'm Olin Merle.
2-year-old Joe Torre guided the Atlanta Braves into their first National League West title in 13 years, and for that effort, in a nationwide poll of broadcasters and writers, Torre named the Associated Press Manager of the Year in the National League. Frank Robinson, who had the Giants right in it up until the last week, finished in the second place. Houston Astros interim manager Bob Lillis, maybe the inside track to the Astros job, and maybe Doug Rader, who's been in the Astros farm chain, might be the manager of the Rangers. Who knows?
Is the head Raider on tonight on Sports Talk?
Right. The head Red Raider is on mask, cape, and horse, and the whole 9 yards. Jerry Moore will be with us tonight about 7:05, but you join us at 6:25, and we'll have a few other things to kick around.
All righty. That's all right here on KLBJ AM Austin. That's just about going to do it for the evening report here from News Talk 590. Tim Ross says tonight partly cloudy with a low in the mid-60s. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Increasing cloudiness and windy on Thursday with a 20% chance for showers as that cool front moves through. High in the mid-80s, and then going to get a little bit cooler as we go on. High near 50 thereafter. It's 6 o'clock. This is Mark Caesar. Thanks for joining us. Have a pleasant evening. CBS News is next. Right now, partly cloudy, 81 in Austin.
This is The World Tonight. Good evening. I'm Frank Settapani, CBS News, sitting in for Douglas Edwards. There may have been some progress made today in the investigation of the 7 Tylenol murders in Chicago. Or maybe there wasn't. Fred Graham reports from Washington.
Using a space-age type laser beam device, FBI technicians have found a single fingerprint on the latest Tylenol box that has been found to contain poison capsules. Fingerprints usually can't be lifted from cardboard, but the laser beam machine works by smashing the molecules in the acid contained in the fingerprint, causing a train of tiny flashes that gives an outline of the fingerprint. Pictures of the print have been sent to officials in Chicago who are investigating the string of murders resulting from poison Tylenol capsules. FBI spokesman cautioned, however, that the discovery of the print on the outside of the box and not on the bottle or the capsules means that it might have come from any number of people who handled the box, including the killer. So the newly discovered fingerprint is thought to be important only if a suspect is ever arrested and if the print matches a print of the suspect's. Then the new print would be almost conclusive proof of guilt. Fred Graham, CBS News, Washington.
A poison expert in Denver says that telltale chemical fingerprints may help in tracing the person who contaminated Excedrin capsules in Denver. But so far, there has been no progress. Barry Peterson has that story.
Scientists, police, and federal officials remain stumped by the poisoning of Excedrin capsules. The FDA has checked thousands of capsules and found no new evidence of tampering, no more capsules laced with deadly mercuric chloride. In the Denver suburb of Aurora, where the one poisoning took place, police spokesman Mike Selman says there are virtually no clues to go on.
They have to not assume anything. They have to just look at whatever facts they have, and we don't want to make a mistake and create any unnecessary panics or anything like that.
Have you been able to figure out any motive for this? Has a motive made itself apparent?
A motive has not surfaced at this point, and if there was an apparent motive, it would be a lot easier to investigate.
Meanwhile, victim William Sinkovic celebrated his 34th birthday in the hospital fighting for his life. Emergency stomach surgery last night removed some mercury particles. His kidneys have failed. He may spend his life on dialysis. He is awake and alert now, reported one of his doctors, and says he wouldn't wish this on anyone. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Denver.